But damn, that definitely sounds a bit like, the fuck is going on there? Ah, like, holy shit. That sounds painful. That frankly sounds very, very painful. I mean, yeah. To a degree, I'm just like, I don't... It's just like, again, why do they keep doing this also? Like... You know what the problem also is? Like, I know a lot of people are on this because they're like, it's of interest. That's the thing, you know. It feels like they post this with the intention that someone will just react to what they posted, you know. Not in the sense that it's like, oh hey, you know, what do I need to do? More about the idea of, oh hey, this was what someone should do for me. And, like, I mean, you're not gonna make a good, you're not gonna get a good relationship based on that. Don't you read these? They prioritize the image, it's not the substance of the text. Yeah. Okay. A lot of shit, I guess. Okay. I mean, that's a weird thing, you know? Like... I don't get... What the fuck is the auction? What is the auction house? God, this game probably gonna have some really shitty stuff down the line. Oh yeah, right. They still have that. Let's just shoot some people and think later. Yeah, the thing with the pictures is, and this is a weird thing to say, but like, wouldn't it make more sense that, you know, dating apps just remove pictures? Like, here's the thing. Yes, to a degree, people...
and locked.
Back on your feet, mate.
You could say, oh hey, but without a picture, you don't know, you know, what you're getting into there. But also, most people fake pictures anyway. Like, you're not gonna have, you know, honest pictures there either. Like, I'd definitely frame a bunch of my page, and also considering how much, you know, how's it called? Modern phones just push the idea of, oh yeah, you know, we have a lot of, you know, basically AI tools to just fake images right now. It's so easy, and you're like, the fuck? There's a bit of inspiration for me to work on my look a bit. Like, I mean, I think I think it's fair. Like, to a degree, I'm also working on my look because, like, I'm not that comfortable yet.
Soldiers, storm the beach and secure the front line. Go, go, go!
It is still so fucking funny that
Capture the next sector.
they just didn't do a whole beach landing. It's just for show. Oi. Oi. In enemy category, you don't have much to worry about. I mean, in real life, you know, that's more the thing. Then again, I guess I can say I am one of the lucky ones because 10 years ago, someone was like, no, I really like that idiot. So, you know, still, it's just a personal thing, you know. I was quite, quite a fit person back in the day, and now it's like, I kind of want to be a bit better again. I mean, otherwise, like, I think that's probably the weird part, if I'm honest. A lot of people will probably say, "Oh no, I have
New
like
objectives assigned. Capture those and secure the sector."
You know, I would have like good aspects, like really good aspects to myself, and I'd say to a degree that might be
You're lucky to have me.
that might be true. Like, you know, I can cook. I like to cook. I generally.
I'm in for ya.
I generally, you know, do a lot in the household. Like, just today, you know what? Just, you know, first day home, time to get back, time to get back in the groove, and you know, just, you know, mop the floor.
Attacking Alpha 1.
Just should do that, and I do that, and I guess that's stuff, you know, where you could say, yeah, that definitely, you know, helps. It's good qualities. I mean, I even do, you know, the whole, I do a lot. But it's still like, I don't feel like, I should
Take your new objective.
just have
Push them
that.
out once more.
I mean, that is definitely the whole, you know,
Enemy has
society
been pushed
has
off
weird
Alpha 1.
expectations
Proceed
for
with
people.
caution.
But that's that. Still, honestly, the thing you posted, I'm in awe. I'm like, just how the fuck did that happen? How? There's no
We have
self-awareness there.
80% combat strength remaining. Keep it up.
I did have a promising match online last week, that I could not abide this woman's work. But for Lockheed Martin, but also had free Palestine up profile. I couldn't see why that was a problem. I mean, I feel like to a degree it's, you know... I mean, that's always the thing, you know. A lot of people, especially if you, you know, learn certain proficiencies, a lot of the few people that offer work, you know,
You're lucky to have me.
you know, are companies like Lockheed Martin. As still, I get that.
Sector Alpha was just taken by our forces.
There we go. Nice. Oh, fuck. Yeah, maybe you should have just be like,
You have
better than
new
nothing.
objectives. Capture the next sector.
Well, what can you say? Oof. No, what?
You're lucky to have me.
In that sense, you really don't have a starker contrast in these days. Then, yeah, on one hand, that happens, and on the other hand, it still is like the stuff that, you know, helps that Ukraine can at least defend themselves. So,
You've looked better, mate.
but yeah, it's that shit should still end. It's absolutely, like, honestly, absolutely shitty that it just keeps happening.
Always a pleasure.
We are attacking Bravo 1.
Ah, fuck. Yeah.
Take your new objectives. Push them out once more.
It's probably kind of wild to think that a lot of people you would probably vibe with do work in, you know, the military-industrial complex. Not than that, but yeah, some wild nonsense. When I'm off work, I will post every time I can watch this white man who makes me laugh. Nothing burger profiles. It's such a cliche. I just swipe away from any woman who writes that. They had said nothing that tells me I should be interested in them. Like,
We're just
I
beginning
get
our
you.
offensive
I
to
get
break
you.
enemy lines.
But then again, from, you know, what I experienced, it's like
Take your new objective.
a lot of them just
Push
don't
them
even
out
go
once
for
more.
that.
Team, we have captured the target. They are attacking one of our objectives.
Like, here's the thing, you know? Ah, fuck. Yeah. It's like, make me laugh. Okay, what? I mean, the thing is, I don't even know what your humor is. Like...
are moving to attack. Bravo 2.
No racist dead baby joke. Honestly, you know what? That's the thing. I think humor is probably the best part on like that's a problem, you know. Humor is so fucking crucial to shut it down. No, here's the thing. Like, I mean, I know what you're meaning with that. Honestly, it made me kind of laugh because, like, yeah, you just write make me laugh in
Allied troops
the
attacking Bravo 2.
into you know, a
Take your new
bio.
objective. Push
You
them
know
out
what?
once
No,
more.
you fucking deserve that someone makes them a fucking vile joke because, like, you never specified what you find funny. Because there's this thing, you know. For example,
That's hard to specify though.
it is. That's the thing. It is hard to That's the irony about humor, you know, when it comes to relationships. Humor is hard to specify, but also kind of crucial,
Bravo
you know.
2 has been neutralized.
I get when people say they want
Hmm.
But on the other hand, that's really useless information because I think you want that. Pretty much everyone wants that out of every relationship.
I mean,
Have you ever seen someone specify, I want someone who
Our
does
troops
not
have
make?
taken sector Bravo.
yeah. I mean, okay. You know what? This would be an interesting person.
So it would be
Eliminate any
interesting, yes.
remaining enemy forces.
But like, just turn it around. It's not even it's like bad to write it, but it's useless. It's waste of space.
Mm.
It's like,
Like, yeah. I think the most interesting part to that is that.
but if people would actually need some introspective and look at what they really want out of a relationship, I don't think many people actually want a relationship. Actually,
That's, you know what? Not that unfair, I'd say. Like, there's the irony. Like, I mean,
they want the romanticized, idealized version of a relationship, but not thinking too hard about it because then it wouldn't work anymore.
Take your new objective. Push them out once more.
yeah. But the problem is, again, what do you laugh about? I know, for example, I actually had.
I think you missed the point.
Yeah, what? Sorry.
Yes.
I wanted to say, I would want to say, I got extremely lucky because, you see, okay, so in my family, my, you know, parents and stuff, I grew up in, they have a really dark sense of humor. Like, you know, not racist and stuff, but like, you know,
racist is not dark. It's
you know,
just racist.
they just have like a very absurdist humor and like, you know, if you say some, they can sometimes just have the thing of just rubbing some stuff in, just like, you know, snark comments, a bit of, you know, quippy stuff. The thing is, everyone likes that. It's like, yeah, you know, you take it with a bit of tongue-in-cheek comedy. On the other hand, her family is the polar opposite. They actually don't vibe with that.
I don't know.
And you said your family is more like toned down in terms of what humor is.
Yes, but I don't know if they don't vibe with that. You have also to take into account that I don't have that much contact.
From the one we had before.
Huh? I have two? I have two families.
No, I mean like the contact you had with them before, you know, you moved out and stuff.
That's
Take your
ages
new
ago.
objective.
I
Push them
know.
out once more.
But yeah, it is, as you said, Beyond, it is such a non-thing to say because, like, do you want someone that makes you laugh? That is a given. B, it's just like,
Imagine if like dating apps where you had to be like honest somehow. Like there would only be like two kinds of things. A
We're just
very
beginning our
specific look,
offensive to break enemy lines.
and B lots of different interests. Those are the two things people would have to write in the end if they
Yeah.
had
Smoke
to be
deployment in
honest.
progress. Proceed with caution.
it's like,
And since we can separate them, maybe. things you want good looks for and things you want overlapping
Smoke
interests
screen
for
support
are
ready.
different things.
Yeah. It's just kind of dumb, if you're honest. Like, yeah. Just absolutely. I mean, honestly, I don't know how I would navigate. I really don't know how I would navigate a dating app. Again, I have never installed one or never used one because, frankly, I never needed one. I guess.
I think I used one once, but that was only to troll people.
What?
I was bored.
What the fuck did you do?
I don't really remember.
Take your new objective.
It was
Push them out once more.
really depressive part of my life.
It was more like, you know, depression hits hard. Let's just fuck with people.
Yeah.
Oh wait, they even copied the fucking elevators from 2042? God damn it, this game has not one element it designed
They're
itself.
attacking Charlie 2. Charlie 2 has been neutralized. We have conquered Charlie 2.
But honestly, to a degree, I don't even know how you could combat a lot of
Take your new
stuff.
objective. Push them
No.
out once more.
Like, I mean, yeah, we can talk about how like we can talk about the fact that like there are not a lot of, you know, third places anymore. Just so many are just not existing. Before, you know, you had villages, you met people around you. But now
All units, we are halfway through the assault.
I mean, ironically, if you think about it, a lot of the, you know, again, a lot of the third places
Enemy focusing on
concepts
Charlie 2.
are not really done anymore in a lot of, you know, a lot of areas because, let's just be real here, that they don't mesh that well with quote-unquote capitalistic
Take your new
ideas.
objective. Push them out once more. Keep it up, and we can take the final sector.
Let me just check this. I can almost tell when they use fake dinosaurs in movies, so I got that going for me. Honestly, I like her. I really like her. That's a good thing to say. I can almost tell when they use fake dinosaurs. Yeah, that's a good one. That definitely is a good one. You're completely right. That definitely is king shit in the sense that, yeah, it's not just, oh, they need to make me laugh. They make you laugh. You're like, okay, you know what? You have a good sense of humor. I get you. I get you, you know?
We have neutralized objective Charlie 1.
It's like the vibes are right. can still go south, but you know, yeah, you're right.
Sector Charlie was just taken by our forces.
Then again, I think a lot of people don't even know how to present themselves. Like, I mean, okay, look at me for example. Again, I got a relationship by... Well, let's just be honest here. I just kind of winged it. I kind of just, you know, talked about lentil stew and other stuff, and that just was like... That made at least one other girl be like, oh no, you know what, she's good. I want her. But on the other hand, it's like, yeah, to a degree, if you make someone
Capture this last
interested in
stand and
you,
victory is ours.
Artillery ready for barrage.
yeah, that's the thing. I think, you know, if you know how to present yourself online, you know, with some good humor and stuff, obviously then, that says a lot about your character. But I think a lot of people just don't... I mean, that's the thing, you know?
Artillery cover coming. Get ready to engage.
Yeah, but like, that's the thing. I don't think a lot of people
Artillery ready for
don't
barrage.
know how... even know how to do that. You ever think about that?
Cruise missiles inbound. Targets will be neutralized. This is their last stand. Take the sector.
Strategic beacon ready to deploy.
Smoke deployment in progress. Proceed with caution. Cruise missiles inbound. Targets will be neutralized.
Smokescreen support ready. Artillery ready for barrage.
Artillery cover coming. Get ready to engage. Capture this last stand and victory is ours.
Artillery ready for barrage.
Victory in sight. Use any resources you need.
Oh yeah, nice. Thank you for reviving me. I am still not even remotely close to the cruise. Damn.
It's time to intensify
I didn't
our
realize they
attack to
basically
break
have,
enemy
you know, the
defenses.
whole system from 5, but you know, kinda less. Honestly, I kinda wish, you know, the next Battlefield would also have that kind of system again. I generally think per squad is a better system though, overall.
Capture this last stand and victory is ours.
Also, I don't think they should make a big bomb for, you know...
Victory in sight. Use any resources you need. This is their last stand. Take the sector. Artillery cover coming. Get ready to engage. Smoke deployment in progress. Proceed with caution. Artillery cover coming. Get ready to engage.
Smokescreen support ready.
This is their last stand. Take the sector.
Oh, okay.
Artillery ready
Ah,
for
that was a new
barrage.
cruise missile, I guess.
Capture this last stand and victory is ours. Artillery cover coming. Get ready to engage.
Artillery ready for barrage.
Artillery cover coming. Get ready to engage.
Artillery ready for barrage.
This is our
And then
do or
again-
die moment. Break out of this hell.
I think you probably all have
Artillery
more
cover
problems
coming.
in, you know,
Get ready
when
to
you're in
engage.
really a rural area because, like, yeah, how the fuck are you supposed to actually do a lot of things there?
Strategic beacon ready to deploy. Artillery ready for barrage.
Capture this last stand and victory is ours. Smoke deployment in
I
progress.
live in a rural area in a
Proceed with
Christian
caution.
conservative country. Fucking
Artillery
Warren
cover
Buffett is
coming.
our
Get
rep.
ready to engage.
I don't know who that is,
All
honestly.
units, this is command.
But like,
We
I
have
get you.
failed to
I
secure our
get you.
objectives.
Um,
Mission is aborted. Evacuate all our remaining troops.
I mean, basically, similar situation I grew up in. Just completely honest. Restaurant. Honestly, I know you wanted to say restaurant, but restaurant is like there's something in there. Oh wait, let me just be like restaurant is it's a Hooters and oh god. Oh god. We wreaked havoc on the Brits. They might be communists, but they still deserve to suffer. Now we're shooting people. I guess some of them are also Brits. Good day. Good day on... We should just make put the Irish drinking song up. You know what? I was like, did you make a joke there? But like, no, it's a Hooters thing. You know what? The worst part is that no one has ever made Hooters but for lesbians yet. I love the Irish drinking. It is amazing. Like, I love that he always does, like, a short with, you know, a creepy joke in it. And you're like, yeah, I get it. And then he makes it a full song. And the song is equally good. Like, you'd think... No progress. What? You'd think, But shooters. Honestly, people would definitely be like... They would go nuts for that.
I got you.
Call it the gun show. Ooh. Ooh. That, okay, you know what? You're onto something there. You know what? Here's something I need to point out about this game, though.
And so does the creator.
Like, I wouldn't say it's, you know, bad.
Through the creator's will,
But, like,
we prevail.
it's kind of, like, what is covered up currently by my, by the general chat that I have on the stream is there's a general chat beneath that. It is racist as fuck, and, like, it's funny how they're like, oh, we have a zero tolerance policy for cheating, but I guess a full-on Elon policy in terms of racism. Like, you know what? I don't want to trash devs too much, but they should know better. Who could have ever seen that come? I mean, that's one of the things where I'm like, you know, I think one of the parts that people really forget is that one of the reasons Battlefield, you know, as a series, got so much vitriol hate online.
Capture the next sector.
Again, even though this game is doing the same stuff that 2042 did, and, you know, other titles in the series, just even harsher. Like, again, people went fucking berserk when people were like, oh hey, you can, you know, how's it called? We have specialists now, and they were more flexible than they are in this game. Or, you know, it's near future, and people are like, oh, it's not realistic. You need to keep in mind that a lot of this comes from the fact that EA is one of the few companies that really, you know, are more pro-LGBT in terms of what their devs are doing. And, you know, they actually go against, you know, shitheads. I think that is kind of important to keep in mind. Like, when people are like, oh, you know, fan backlash online, you know, you can definitely spot how people are not fans. But they are definitely just there because they really hate the fact that the company behind it is very outspoken against them. Like, not just to say, okay? And like the funniest part is, it still tops in its own how's it called,
them out once more.
area, you know, player charts. People said, you know, they went berserk when, you know, DICE said, oh hey, you don't like us, you know, having female player characters in the game? Don't buy it. They went fucking angry over that. Because that was literally saying to their faces, we don't want you. Fuck off. And yeah, they really hated that. They really hate the fact that, you know, when they covered, you know, the, you know, World War I or World War II, that the game was not just about, you know, the heroic Western white people, but also about, for example, hey, a lot of black people actually helped reconquer France, and then literally got erased, and holy shit, they hated that. Because obviously...
Capture those and secure the sector.
Again, you look at other stuff currently, like how, you know, Dragon Age 4 is being made by a, you know, a trans woman. Is queer. They literally say it's queer to the bone, and you're like, yeah, obviously they hate that. And then you look at, you know, a game like this where they, you know, don't hide it for, as well for a second. And what turns out, oops, there's a lot of racism. There's so much fucking racism.
Allied troops
Yeah, good. Back to the good stuff. There should definitely be more, there should definitely be, quote-unquote restaurants, how they're called, geared towards women. Butt shooters, good idea. Goth hooters would also be like, you could definitely theme some goth. What would, what would also be a good theme for a lesbian restaurant?
Take your new objective. Push them out once more. We have neutralized objective Alpha 1.
Okay, you know what? Actually, no. Let's start with another question. What would be
Sector Alpha was
what
just
would be
taken by our
food
forces.
you'd serve in a lesbian restaurant? Or is this on historical accuracy, but that always translates into players all American white brawny guy, not a half-stuffed teenager with gangrene? Yeah, that is definitely very accurate. Like, I think that's what people forget. What people want is always what they get out of
Push
media.
them out once more.
And like, a lot of media was informed by propaganda. And propaganda really fucking didn't like to show, black people. I mean, there is always a balance to things. Like, for example, you could say, hey, how certain military stuff is used or handled is not how in movies or games. It's also not accurate, but it's cool, and you should probably lean into that. But like, yeah, just pretending every arm, like, that's the thing. I mean, the irony is we're currently okay. Disclaimer: this is a heavy topic. And I do know that, war is not a funny subject. But in the context of the current online environment and how certain people are, I hope the contrast is funny enough. So the Ukraine war happened. And there were so many people who were like, before in games like, for example, Battlefield, they were like, old guns wouldn't be used. This isn't historically accurate. So Ukraine is using Maxim LMGs from World War I. Just saying. Ukraine and Russia now, they pulled out the old Mosin Nagats. They pulled out the Pepeshas. They're like, yeah, you know what?
Has been neutralized.
If it's a gun, we have ammunition, and it works. It works. Like, don't forget, we now are seeing a war where, one side is using, some Russian military vehicles, but also, Mardas, Leopard 2, but also Abrams, Churchills. Was it Churchills? I don't know anymore. I think Churchill was World War II.
Allies engaging at Bravo
And
1.
Bradleys. And you're like, okay, that is a thing. But also, they are getting Leopard 1s, and those are Challengers. Yeah. And those are a bit older, but the thing is, who cares? Like, I mean, from what I gathered, apparently Russia is so desperate. And when they realized, fuck, Ukraine is running into Kursk, they were like, do we have some tanks there? And then we're like, I guess we have some T-80s, some that, and like, okay, send every tank in this. Every tank? Every tank. And every tank included T-34s. So that is kind of funny, at least to a degree, in a very macabre way, I'd say.
Bravo 1. Proceed with caution.
So yeah, that happened. And then you know, I guess, but you know what, Claire, if it works, it works. I mean, the T-34 was a shit
We
tank.
have conquered Bravo 1.
Just so you know, when everyone is like, oh, but the T-32 was a... No, the T-32 was a shit tank. They, it was too expensive to produce, for what it wanted to be, and they just produced a lot of them just
Bravo 1,
very
under attack by the
cheaply,
enemy.
you know?
Take your new objectives. Push them out once more.
Because, they were like, oh yeah, you know what, the tank is not
Allies
gonna
engaging at
hold
Bravo 2.
along anyway, so you know what, fuck it, let's just go and just not weld it together that much, who cares? That was a T-34. The ones they have right now, that was the one they were finished, and even then, no, the T-34 was not as good as any medium tank the Germans built, or the Americans. Anyway, just to reiterate, the overall best tank of World War II was the Sherman. Period. But it's in terms of performance, yeah, it's a Panzer. But overall, it's a Sherman. I'm sorry, the Americans did the right thing there. And if you're wondering who had the best gun in World War II,
We have
you
neutralized
know,
objective
overall,
Bravo 2.
it was the Americans again. And if you're wondering why, because A, they built the M1 Garand, and they built a whole lot of M1 Garands. Like, holy shit, did they build a lot of M1 Garands, and that just kinda won them the war. Period. I think they're still used in Ukraine, by the way, so you know, that thing works. And it is kind of funny. But yeah. In general, I would say,
Time
the
to
Panzer
intensify
Modelfish.
our attack to break enemy defenses.
Sherman. The thing is just, yeah, if we talk about that, precise longshot at 34, yeah, 36, I know, this game is very hilarious with its distances. But anyway.
Take your new objective. Push them out once more.
That was always kind of fake game that a violent kid would be addicted to on message episodes of Capture. You know what? Yeah, you're right, Claire. That definitely sounds like one of those fake game names. But no, it's true. It definitely is true, and probably only because the original name and original plan for this game was cut. Because, like, sorry, I know the devs are like, we're big Delta Force fans, and like, here's the thing, okay? Here's the thing. You just had Tencent owned the name. Like, here's the thing. When I went to boarding school, I think I told about it. We had a lot of Chinese exchange students, and you know what? Chinese people really like Battlefield. It sounds strange, and only, you know, recently a lot of, you know, Western communities catched up to the fact that, yeah, there's a kind of big, you know, community there, which, you know, makes it even more funny that, you know, EA kind of tries to not touch China anymore in the series, but ah well. This is why this game was probably also being made, because again, a lot of them like the series.
Artillery cover coming. Get ready to engage.
Strategic beacon ready to deploy.
Hateful Sergeant. Oh god. Honestly, Hateful Boyfriend, from what I know and what I played, was not that bad.
Our troops have taken sector Bravo. All objectives secure. The
Like,
sector is now under our control. Eliminate all remaining
I remember I
enemies.
kind of played it with some people, with someone, like years ago, and he was like, "Oh, you know what? Let's just stream it, and you know, it's probably a silly, fun game."
Capture this last stand and victory is ours.
But you know, we played and we're like, "Wait, this is actually pretty good because it's a good game. Like, it has a silly premise, sure, but like, it still works. You know, it still has characters that you know." Yeah, that's definitely the thing where like let me put it like this. We just played the beginning and it's like it's absurd, okay? Don't get me wrong, it is absurd. But it's like actually like you know, the characters are written as characters. There's a house dating game. What? Oh, right. I don't think it's out yet. I think that's probably one of the problems. I think that, yeah, a lot of people make, you know, oh, it's the fun dating game now, and yeah, like, Hateful Boyfriend was weird, but again, the one thing we started being like, the fuck is, like, there's a lot of stuff that makes you go, the fuck is going on, but again, it's still serious.
Final push. We are attacking.
That's what I wanted to say, like, okay, honestly, god damn it, there would be so much gay first for 13 again.
Objective Charlie 2.
Strategic beacon ready to deploy.
Team, we have captured the target. Hostiles now control Charlie 2. Artillery cover coming. Get ready to engage.
God damn it. Like, I mean, I get... But, well... You know, the irony is that they definitely did this game because, you know...
This is their last stand. Take the sector.
There are a bunch of, you know, Battlefield fans in China. Sounds weird, but there is. I think the funniest bit is that,
Cruise missiles inbound. Targets will be neutralized.
the funniest bit is that I still remember how, you know, Battlefield 4 was actually pretty popular there because, and get this,
This is their last stand. Take
You could
the
play
sector.
China.
Artillery cover coming.
Like,
Get
okay,
ready to
you know,
engage.
the CCP didn't really like it because
Allies engaging at Charlie 2.
I mean, no, it's more like, you know,
Artillery cover coming.
you see,
Get ready to
most,
engage.
you know, most modern games were, you know, usually about the fact that, you know, you play USA and stuff, and like, yeah, 4 was surprisingly, like, 2 and 4 were very popular there because A, they have a big, you know, PC audience, and B,
Capture this last
well, you can
stand
play
and
China,
victory is
as I
ours.
said, and it makes sense, right? Like, I mean, let me be clear, okay? Okay, what is glitching there? Holy shit. I'm not saying that, you know, this counts for everything,
We've sustained heavy losses,
but like,
but we must not falter.
if you're making a game and you can play, you know, the stuff from your own country, you will be a bit more favorable towards it. A tiny bit, you know, a teeny tiny bit that will happen. Like, you know, if they, important
deployment in
notice.
progress. Proceed with caution. Artillery cover coming.
Your
Get
cats are
ready to
cute.
engage.
God damn it, stop teasing me with your cats. I was almost able to pet a
Capture
cat.
this last
Like,
stand and victory is
it was
ours.
an old scrunkly scrimblow, but like,
Smokescreen support
I need to pet a cat again. I'm so sad.
Artillery cover coming. Get ready to engage. This is our do or die moment. Break out of this hell.
Artillery ready for barrage.
Artillery cover coming. Get ready to engage. We are attacking Charlie 2.
Artillery ready for barrage.
One day, and then I will
Artillery
pet the
cover coming.
cats so
Get ready
hard.
to engage.
You won't believe it.
This is their last stand. Take the sector.
Artillery ready for barrage.
Artillery cover coming. Get ready to engage. Enemy has been pushed off Charlie 2. Proceed with caution. Cruise missiles inbound. Targets will be neutralized. You have defeated them into
There we
retreat.
go.
Excellent
First
work.
win on that
Mission
map
accomplished.
in Assault. Whew. Ah, well. Completely derailed our original talking point. We were talking about what is good on a, you know, lesbian restaurant. Like, what would the, like, okay, the normal thing would be burger, okay? I mean, if I know one thing, lesbians do love burger. Okay? But, I'm like, what else? We need to think outside of the box. What else could the lesbians TM like? The main thing would be tacos, especially fish. Why fish tacos? I am not on Honestly, okay, finger food, that's a good one. That's a good one. God damn it. That is a good one. Ah, okay. I didn't know that. I mean, I don't know. There are also for the common cons like shooting swings where you have to lick it and get real deep in there. I get that, but like it should still be like a good, you know, a good place to actually relax. So like, I mean, that's just why I was like, burger, that's good. Honestly, I think pizza would also be great because you can, you know, pizza would definitely be something there onto. Especially if you're doing, you know, chicken breast. Yeah, I guess. Some refined sense of taste, lesbian palate is trivial to that I'm not. I mean, it probably depends. Hey Rogers, how are you doing? Poutine lesbian thing that more places have it. Fun fact: the one the burger store where I basically take everyone here, they also serve poutine, and it's really fucking good.
Check it. My arrows are lit.
Because I mean, poutine, good thing. I think good fries would definitely be some. Oh no! You know what? Here's the thing. Fries. Okay. I'm good. I'm a bit exhausted. I've at my parents for the last week. You know, we were helping renovate and stuff. Raclette, Welsh rabbit, just some random shit with cheese. Cheese is good, but like, here's the thing. The food should be comfortable. So we should make it the comfort food around the world. We should definitely aim for, you know, stuff that works, you know? Charcuterie, but that's actually not bad. Like I would definitely say burger, fries, pizza is good. Like stuff you should definitely aim for one thing. Stuff that's comfortable, you know, to eat. Like really good comfort food, but also stuff you can share easily.
Enemy helicopter, right there!
Candy engine toothpick. I guess. I don't know. But yeah, welcome Rogers. We're playing a bit of, you know, the new alpha game that is definitely, I don't know, I think it's not bad, but you know, I'd say overall Battlefield still has the edge in a lot of ways. Compass is a good idea, yeah, but like, I mean, in what should it be about?
Enemy troops
okay.
approaching objective Alpha 1.
Have you played Modern Warfare 19, Modern Warfare 2 remake? Reboot? It's that. It's literally that. I'd say the movement is also kind of like that. That's one. Like if you want to
Hold this ground
like
and
movement
enemy
and gun feeling is basically that identical. I'd say that the time to kill is a bit higher, a bit, but like it's nowhere near as, you know. Okay, I think it's definitely more Modern Warfare 2 reboot than 2019, but it definitely is, you know, more in that sense than, you know, that could be stuff that you like or not.
Enemy
depending.
neutralized objective Alpha 1.
Just Rogers, the thing is this. I'm not saying the game, you know, I wouldn't say everything in this game doesn't work, but everything in this game is taken from literally another game, like nearly one-to-one. Like, you can see it with the UI and everything. It is literally taken. I mean, the thing is, what I would complain about is, again, this is technically a beach landing, but as you saw,
Enemy has fully taken Sector Alpha.
stone grilling. Oh, honestly, that's good.
We've lost the position. Fall
A
back and
Korean
mount the
barbecue
defense in the next
one with a
sector.
bit more, you know, barbecue options. That would be good. Like, again, this is a beach landing, but you're not really beach landing, actually. It's just visual show. And it kinda sucks, you know?
We'll make another stand here. Hold the objectives as long as you can. Disregard of orders endangers lives.
Let me put it like this. I know a lot of people will point out like, oh, but the game works, it's balanced, and yeah, I don't have that much to complain about it. It's just, how should I say it? Again, I'd say it always takes the safest approach to everything. I think the only thing in this game that is really unique to this game, okay, is the fact that every character has their own gun list you need to unlock. Like, you unlock guns by, you know, advancing in levels normally, but every character has a set list of guns they are locked to. It kinda lacks that, yeah. This is, like, don't get me wrong, this is a game that definitely does things, not bad. Like, quite the opposite, I would say. It does things pretty good. But I think the whole... something is missing, you know? Yeah, because, like, this, again, this map is... we have Iwo Jima at home, but, like... for example, okay? There is no actual beach landing. Honestly, 4 had some stuff, but like, yeah, I would agree 4 felt more like, oh, we need to go more for conquest now, and like, what? Why? Like, again, you don't land in, on the beach sector. You don't have to conquer it, you just drive up towards it, and like, okay. This whole part here is empty. You just zipline up here, and the irony is, the enemies can't even, you know, defend that. There's no... There's no fighting upwards into this cave section. Again, is it bad? No, it's just... That's the thing when you start, you know, talking about a game, because I feel like a lot of people are definitely out for this game in the sense that, oh, this is the next, you know, quote-unquote battlefield killer. You know the ones. But like...
We lost control of our objectives.
Let me put it like this. They could have put 2 more objectives there. Yeah. Again, is the map bad? No, it is a real... I'm actually playing it right now. I mean, they... from what I know, they even stole, animations from Call of Duty.
Enemy strength is
No, this is the game.
Mission is clear. Secure the sector.
I'm still not convinced. It's something. Like, it's kind of funny. If you, for example, look at some of the stuff they do, it's like, oh hey, let's take characters, you know, literally straight up just characters from how's it called? Valorant and Black Ops 4, and just put them in a game with like, oh, you know, depending on what kind of class you're in, you can change out the last one, which is kind of wild to me. Again, this is gonna be a free-to-play game. There's currently an alpha test. I have a key if you want to. I still have one key. So like, they're giving them also out on Twitch, so like, I generally think, you know what, that's the thing. If you, for example, talk about barbed wire Dragon Teeth, I'd still think, for example, 2042 should have needed, like, someone who puts down barbed wire and stuff. Because that would have been interesting. But that's also the difference, I'd say, in, like, a lot of this stuff feels very static, while, you know, like, for example...
We are moving to attack Bravo 1.
I think the best example is, there's a character in this game that is just a copy of, it's just a copy of Falk with smoke abilities. And like...
Defend the objective.
I mean, it's not that I said that Falk should maybe have gotten, you know, actually the smoke launcher, and the Siret pistol should have been a general thing the support class should have had.
Enemy assaulting one of our objectives.
It's just funny that this game kind of does that and gives the ammo back, which is like, okay. Okay, you're doing that now, I guess.
Bravo 1.
Oh, fuck, it's just it's just like, yeah, there is no real beach landing and stuff. It's just like,
Bravo
I think last time I said,
has been compromised.
you know, if DICE went and actually made an Iwo Jima-like map in 2042, everyone would be like, oh wait, this is actually, you know, they would definitely like it more, because the problem is just everything was just played so safe in 2042 after the initial, you know... Yes! you notice what I mean? You notice what I mean, right? Everything is just picked from somewhere. Again, it's not bad, it's just like...
The enemy has fully seized control of Sector Bravo.
P4X!
But yeah, it's a checklist. It's not a bad checklist, don't get me wrong, but like... Basically. Also, again, one character is straight up... they gender flip a bunch of characters, like, for example, there's now a British guy that's Falk. There is a Chinese girl that is, you know,
Defend the objective.
the bow guy from Valorant.
Let them take
So
this
there was a bow
sector.
from Valorant and stuff, so, you know. I mean, quite literally, he has a pistol. It's just so weird to me, because, like, I think to a degree I would say, you know, again, this type of map is kind of missing in 2042, but Iwo Jima wasn't 5. Yeah, 2042 played it way too safe, in my opinion. To a degree, I'm like, they should definitely make their own Iwo Jima, but also I think 2042 is a bit more interesting because you have more fluid movement, you have fast... Oh yeah, fun fact, you know what this is? You know what this is? This is an elevator for tanks. I don't know, I cannot see myself play a lot. I just kind of think this will probably be one of those games where, like... I think I played the alpha, I maybe played it at launch, but... I mean, the biggest question for me will just simply be... How well is gonna be the rest of Battlefield? You know? How well is it gonna turn out? It's definitely a bit worse, but like, honestly, I have to point out there that I mean, here's the thing. I generally think they are in a good spot right now. Like, the big question is, okay, you are still. Oh fuck. They still say there's bold stuff coming, so like. I do hope the G3 is coming. I do hope the AUG is coming. I do hope they put in the, you know, the 1942 weapons. I do hope that. In general, seeing like, oh hey, we put in the Blackhawk. Okay, I'm down with that. Saying, I do hope they will put in like one of the BMPs and the Bradley, hopefully, because that would allow them to rebalance some maps in for a lot better way.
Enemy troops assaulting objective Charlie 2.
For which game? I mean Season 8? Which one do you mean?
Enemy assaulting one of our objectives.
That could definitely be the case, like... you know, here's the thing. I don't think they have it done yet but they probably have a good amount already done. Like, I mean, look at, for example, how's it called? X-Define. They also had everything ready for, like, I think 5 seasons. 5 or 6 seasons they had stuff in there. So, but at least, you know, it's already done to a good degree, I would say. And map out, because that's, I mean, that's what all of them do, you know? Here's the thing. 2042 also had that. The big problem they ran into was just like, as usually, they had to reshuffle their whole plans, because... Yeah, like, let me just be clear here. When people say, you know, Battlefield has a problem, I will definitely point towards the fact that the main problems of the last 2 titles came due to the fact that the launch was this disastrous. And that had multiple reasons. And one...
We cannot let them take it. This sector must be ours.
I mean, also, and I think this has not been talked about enough, and I really like that people try to evade this, but like, let's just be clear here. They listen to Reddit and the influencers, and influencers especially were then like, oh, how did they fuck up? My brother in Christ, you suggested that they should go 1 mil son, and you know how Battlefield 5 turned out. And then they're like, oh, no one likes specialists. Who suggested that? Who suggested they should go for specialists because it was in every other game and was so fun? Who suggested they should go for 128 players because that is the future? You know, no basis for that. Who said that? And yeah, to a degree I would say DICE also fucked up that they, you know, actually, you know, did that. But like, I mean, I think one of the guys got actually, you know, he actually left. So that's that. But the guy also wanted armor in the game. And armor plates suck. They're just one of the worst ideas I ever had. You know, the funniest bit is that, you know, I now see people say this game does what Battlefield doesn't, and they go even harder on specialists. Again, every gun in the game is locked in a list for everyone specifically, which is just like, call me cynical. But they definitely will, definitely use that to lock new guns behind operators you have to buy. Or, you know, grind free. They will do that. Absolutely. That is the one innovation I have, and I already smell how they would use it for microtransactions. But like, here's the thing. Here's the thing about the specialist thing. I generally said, okay? I generally say the big problem the series had to move forward was they missed a 3rd slot. Because the thing is, Battlefield did always was the problem that there are some gameplay concepts, you know, from other games, like for example Call of Duty. They definitely wanted in the series, but never really knew how to integrate into the series. And the irony is, they always had aspects of that in the series, but they never, you know, they never truly committed to one of them. Because, for example, oh hey, you want to have shields and all the utility stuff that's in other games? You need 3 slots. Period. You need 3 slots. Now you either do it like, again, you do it, for example, as, oh hey, every class has 3 slots. That's the simplest way. Or you do it like every class is split into 2 subclasses, and you see that visually, so you can see like, okay, so this is the assault class, you know, with the grenade launcher, flamethrower, the heavy stuff, or this is the, you know, assault stuff, assault characters with, for example, the mobility aids. That would be a thing. Similarly, you could split them up like that, or you could actually do specialists. The problem is, and I think this is probably the most important part, it should have been a 3-slot system from the beginning. I am still baffled they just didn't do that. It was right there.
Do not give them an inch.
But also, and this is kind of just a personal thing, here's the thing, okay? Rogers, everyone, I'd say there is one way you can make specialists in Battlefield interesting, because of one inherent quality the series always had, and if it's played right, it's always one of its biggest strengths. See, Battlefield is inherently a game about, you know, combined arms. So, it has, and this is kind of important, okay? It usually has at least 2 factions, and most importantly, what they always did is make the, you know, vehicles mirror to a degree, but they're never the same. So some faction is better in certain parts, and another faction is certain in other parts. This is why I'd say, in general, I would say 3 to 4 factions are a good limit, because then you can have like a big pool to, you know, to draw from. You can, you know, especially if you know go, you know, like over more than 2 years or so, you could make like 2 new factions per year or stuff. It's doable. But the thing is, asymmetry was always a thing in the series. And if you wanted to do specialists in Battlefield, you would need to have made unique specialists for each faction. And that would actually be the benefit. Because here's the thing, a lot of stuff would overlap anyway. So you're like, okay, so hey, for example, right here, oh, you have your spotting stuff. Okay, but if that is just locked to one faction, oh hey, suddenly you have asymmetry. Recons from one faction approach the battlefield differently than those from the other. That would be interesting. I have no idea how it is in Squad. I generally think, I think they should return to the, you know, I think one of the big things they should look at is 5, because 5 did a lot of things right. Again, I'd say, if you have specialists,
We cannot let them take it. This
make them
sector must
faction
be
specific.
ours.
You, like, again, either you have to do, you do it like, you know, 2042, but you split the specialists into factions and you go hard on the asymmetry, because that would be very interesting, especially in, you know, attack defense modes.
The enemy is
Or,
on the brink. Our victory is within reach.
you know, you just do simple class system with 3 slots, but like keep the fucking 3 slots. If the next title goes back to 2 slots, they already kinda lost the game. Like, I'm sorry, but 3 slots is the future. You want to have all the fun stuff? Have 3 slots, period. Second, why would I say look at 5? Like, Lena, I think BF1 had a lot more. I think BF1 has one of like the least symmetry in most, ironically. Like here's the thing, the tanks in 1 are unique, but every faction has the same tanks. Because, you know, there weren't a lot of tanks actually. I think only on a few maps it's like kind of locked. So yeah, no. If you want to look at good vehicle game, look at 5. Because in 5, Britain and Germany has so
We must
many
not let
fucking
them take
tanks.
control. Defend the position with all you've got.
Like, you have light, medium, heavy tanks for base stuff. You have so much stuff in there where I'm like, you look at that and you can, you can go for that in a modern military setting. You can definitely go very interesting with that. Second of all,
Enemy has
then you have the whole
Charlie
squad recall-in feature. That thing is so crucial because you can make, the weird tanks, the specialized stuff like artillery tanks, etc. You could put them in those that they get called in there,
Enemy controls sector Charlie.
They're not just something, you have there. Right. And here's the thing. Because, by the way, Rogers, Battlefield 5 says hello, but everyone has it. It kind of sucks at that. I generally think call-in stuff, cool. I think there should be unique stuff again, because, like more smaller support stuff, heavy, special heavy tank. Like, you could put the railgun tanks, like the experimental ones in the near future setting, into that. You could make them, do it like that. In general, I think smoke barrage, yes. You could definitely do artillery and shit. I think Predator drones should be smaller down because I think Homefront did it well. So if you got like a Predator drone there, it's still, kind of good to do a bit of damage against infantry, but it's mainly something to shoot at, vehicles. Good stuff like that. They shouldn't do it like that, but have the cool modern stuff again on the squad. I think, again, putting it on everyone, that's overkill. Putting it on individual squads, much better. But then, actually cap it off with the fun stuff. And everyone's like, oh, what's the fun stuff? I don't know, it's like, you could just do like, okay, what's the fun stuff? You play Americans, you can call in an AC-130, or like an equivalent for, each faction. Don't tell me that would be fun. That wouldn't be fun. It would be fucking fun to see that again. And again, the squad call-in system, you could fine-tune that for factions. And here's the thing. You could definitely start with, for example, let me just propose something. You could easily say, okay, we're starting with American and Russian vehicles. Okay, cool. You have the models again. You just start with that. Easy. Then you make the next faction. You can put in German and like Nordic stuff. And you could vary that because suddenly when you're like, oh hey, what could be a light tank for the Germans? Well, from German stuff, well, the Weasel, it's a tankette. They would field something only they have, and it would be unique in a lot of ways. But similarly, the ESLB Ram that we have is French. You could make a whole fucking faction just using French military equipment, and that would also be unique. That's the thing. The next title should play to that strength. Make unique factions, unique in terms of military equipment, and how they go into the asymmetry. And I tell you, if they do that, and then layers, unique specialists per faction on top, no one would have a problem, because it would play into that strength as in, hey, every faction has their own way of dealing with infantry stuff. It would just be an extension of the same game design philosophy of vehicle gameplay. Again, I'd say they probably won't do that, and I think generally classes and stuff will be fine. It's just, again, that's the strength of the series, and for example, that is something this game also doesn't have, because they want everything to be open again. That's fine. Don't get me wrong. It's fine. But you need to definitely go in with a certain mentality in how you design your factions. I said this before, but if you play Wano, you will see that Wano is a game just about the fictional, Cold War gun horse thing about, the biggest tank battle in history, the Fulda Gap, etc. And they have much more, diversity in their in their you know in their factions, which are divisions of certain nations, not the whole nation, than other RTS titles have in with 3 factions. It's insane what they do with that.
Destroy the enemy.
But the thing is, Battlefield operates on a similar logic. And I think again you need to look at Battlefield 5 because then you can just wrapping this up here. Because then you can actually start to build and iterate on it. Because for example, let's say 5 has two distinct parts that were definitely not planned like that, but should be looked at for what I mean. Oh, recover ammo and HP. Because first of all, we have Britain versus Germany. 2 factions where the vehicles are definitely designed around big, mobile warfare armed stuff. Okay. And then you have America and Japan. 2 factions about attacking and defending islands. By the way, the next Battlefield title needs. By the way, I'm just showing him off for the last thing, so you see the pistol. I can't even shoot. I mean, I technically can shoot on my own, but like, look at this. Aimbot.
Strategic beacon ready to deploy.
Oh, cruise missile. Because again, the thing is, they were there for beach landings, and again, the next title needs beach landings. I generally hope that if this is true, that they were working on 2 maps for 2042. One is a beach landing, because like, sorry, one of the strengths of Battlefield is that you have certain types of settings that other games cannot emulate that well.
Delta 1 has been compromised.
And it's the spice,
Destroy the enemy.
We've done a better job. Yeah, I think they have good maps, but like none that really stands out. Like for example, Iwo Jima 5. But again, you look at Iwo Jima and stuff. The Americans just have Shermans, but highly customizable ones. And that's the interesting thing, because you know what they did in the last update? They took the Americans, a faction whose vehicles are specialized at one job. The island hopping that they emulated in the Pacific maps, and put them into Provence, other Western maps, and you're like, oh wait, would it even work? And it does. They did some balancing. I think they also gave them a wheeled vehicle, but still, the main thing they did was they took a faction that was specialized, quote unquote, for something else, and put it in an environment where, quote unquote, didn't belong. And this is how you make interesting, this is one of the core things where I think a lot of games, especially like this, where you just have one type of tank, one type of helicopter so far, fail because you don't only need tanks, the detail is the contrast. I think this is also one reason why 5 survived that much longer, because I think the contrast in 2042 is not as strong anymore. It was good, I think, up until Season 1, ironically, because there they were like, here are stealth helicopters, and the stealth helicopters were still very, very different from each other, and it was more differentiation what a faction could have. And then they kind of watered it down by having more faction, non-faction specific vehicles. Again, you could say, oh hey, that is just a thing that's good, because not everyone wants to just not play with their favorite vehicle, but I think it's crucial to do that. Because if you look at the modern setting, every faction could have a very different toolset in terms of vehicles, and again, if they want to go down that road, and specialists on their hand, and you could be like, okay, this is for example a faction that is more, around an expeditionary force. They have a lot of offensive power. They are really good at, for example, beach landing breakthrough maps like Iwo Jima. And then down the line, like for example a few seasons later, you'd be like, And now here's a map where they have to fight the big tank battle. And that's the thing that's missing, you know? Honestly, they should. They should. But that's more like, that's a thing that landed on its own, you know, in BF3. I mean, hey, if we want to keep pretending in the future that Russian military vehicles are, you know, actually worthwhile, and the Russian army is not completely incompetent, I mean, you could also have their landing hovercraft. It looks good. You could do that. Habakkuk. What is a Habakkuk? God damn it. Oh. Oh, that idea. Ah. Yeah, where they try to, build an aircraft carrier out of ice. I mean, it's an idea, but, generally I would say, yeah. Okay. Yeah, generally I would say, if you just look at what you could make, you know, just with raw vehicles, you could specialize so many interesting things. Like you could make obviously the faction with the American, you know, military vehicles, one with the Russian ones, Chinese, Japanese, French, German. Like there are so many. Like I listed it here, okay, and we already have 6 possible factions. You can even put them into 2, you know, just groups. You can make it like, you can still do the whole, you know, East versus West thing, you know, red versus blue, we know it. But like, you could still have 6 distinct factions in it. I mean, if it goes really sci-fi, maybe that's doable. Sadly, the destroyer on land from the Cyberians is not good. You don't use it like that. You just don't do that. Cyberians, you do Spiderbot spam, and then you build some heavy tanks, and you hope that you get the big Spiderbot. But like, Cyberians, woo! Honestly, you could make Australians like a sub-faction. I think you could definitely say the Australians use, you know, the military stuff of like one other one, but you just change the announcer. That's that. All hail the brick. The most situational unit they have, and it's just a fucking brick on 4 legs. It's amazing.
Still good. It's not situational.
It's good. You said it's you usually build other bots on that level. Usually.
You use them too simply because they're more tanky.
I know. All hail the brick.
Yeah.
But yeah, in general, I would say that again, you want to go forward in Battlefield. It's not that, you know, that this game is doing anything unique. Quite the opposite. You see it and you're like, yeah, they just copy shit straight from Battlefield 5 or other titles. And again, it's not a code activity in progress like a payday bar.
Not?
What?
Not?
No, it's about Agonia activity in progress, but Lena wrote it like...
You said it's not about that, and I'm asking, it's not about that?
I don't know, maybe you are like that?
Maybe it should be about that.
I don't know if you want to be a police assault.
I would be a good police assault.
Actually, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's the irony for me. Everything this game does was already... And like, look at this. M1A4 battle tank. I guess where they got that from... It's like... Oh boy. I wonder where they got these from. Like, again, they fill everything, but like also, where is the contrast? except for the I think the Australian army uses Leopard too, so like I think the equipment is bought in, but you could probably, like, the funniest bit is you could definitely like make like a German slash Nordic country army in terms of vehicles and rebrand that as Australian. Like, don't even put don't put a British faction in a modern title. Make a French, make a German, and Japanese, Chinese, Russian, American, and then maybe make on some maps just change the announcer and soldier lines. Leave it at that. Just make the Brits mad. They deserve it. It uses some of 35. You know what? You could make a very fun sub army out of that if you already have the other ones in the game. Just saying. But yeah, look at this. You have all of these, like, yeah, cover everything. But you know what? I'm again. The main chat is blocked, but someone called Kamala for Harris just posted Kamala 2024, and someone answered 9. I didn't miss shit like that. And now the Zionists and Free Palestine people are beefing. Cool.
What?
It is so. I mean, here's the thing, Lena. If they actually are doing the Mandate of Nations, I truly hope they would do like 2 factions. That is, one part of the mandate is, the French vehicles, and one part is the Germans. But like, don't have British stuff because Britain already imploded. Just have the German French one. I want the Brits to be seething. But yeah, this is what I say. The strength Battlefield still has over this title is asymmetry. And I think, ironically, if you look at, the operators, if they
The
don't...
arrow is an extension of my will.
Can you shut up? I think the irony, about them just copy-pasting, like, that's Valorant. That's basically just straight-up Valorant. It's like, yeah, either you do specialists faction-specific, or you use normal classic. It's Ireland. Yes! Come... And like, its national hymn is just like a drinking song. Good thing on Ireland. But yeah, no, I don't talk so much. Again, I'd say Delta Force Hawk Ops. It's not a bad game. It just does, again, nothing these games haven't done before. And as you can see, this is the thing when, like, every single gun is locked to one operator, which just fucking smells of microtransaction locking. By the way, yeah, they have their own gunsmith, and it's bonkers. Like, you can say, look, fast mag pouch, and every handguard you can do individually, which is like, it's like, I think this is probably the most of their own thing, but also like, this just made it even more to this whole, you have just incremental stuff, and like, at some point you just have to realize that less is kind of more, It's not that it's bad, this is actually kind of interesting, it's just, why can't I do this to a Cold War gun, or World War II gun? And now it got bugged, I guess. Connection timeout. Anyway, that's perfect.
I had 2.
What?
I had 2 connection timeout.
Oh!
So...
It's not unique.
Yeah.
But like, again, as I'd say, the irony is that if you look at, for example, MW19, it definitely is kind of like just having 5 slots is better. Because if you look at, for example, Vanguard that used this, and I need to stress that, scrapped idea of it having of it having 10 slots, yeah, you could make the most cursed World War II gun ever, you know, until they put in a laser gun from Advanced Warfare, or the F-2000. No, seriously, it's like, you know what I hate? You know what I hate, Rogers? I liked some ideas about Vanguard, and I generally would say Vanguard, at least in the base game, probably had some of the best maps of modern Call of Duty. I know this might be controversial to say, but like, I'd say Sledgehammer just literally had I mean, yeah, Modern Warfare 19 guns weren't that good, and I think Cold War ones were a bit sterile. I think Vanguard had a lot of base game maps and first DLC maps that really got a lot of good stuff right about the design. Okay? Launch Vanguard was kind of fun to play for me. But again, the 10 attachment thing was just overkill, and then they just started throwing in, like, here's the antagonist from Call of Duty Ghost as a playable character, and you're like, why? And here's Snoop Dogg. Why? Here's the Armored Titan from Attack on Titan just slapped onto someone, you're like, why? I actually like the idea of, specialized task forces. And they got scrapped. So, thanks for nothing, I guess. And then they're like, oh hey, here's War Mode in 2019. Played that. Fun. It has 2 maps. Funny enough, on those 2 maps, I think just one section, no, it has 2 sections that are unique, but like, on those 2 war maps, they made 5. Okay, one of them I don't know is a fan favorite, but 4, I'd say very much fan favorite maps from the series that are not in the base game. Why? Why the fuck Sledgehammer? You literally, okay, Kanda Outpost, I don't know if people like that, but there's Crossfire, there is, Launch from, COD 4, and the other one, it's, Overwatch from MW3, the original one, and Liberation from MW3. Like, why are they not in the main game? The fuck is going on there? We shouldn't talk about that game. I don't know, the one thing I'm interested in Call of Duty 6 is zombies. That looks good. That looks like a banger, and I might play it, and I will probably stream it a lot, because, like, I like zombies, and if they really, from what I showed, nail, this mixture of Cold War and Black Ops 3, I'm set. I will fucking go to people and be like, you want to play zombies with me? And they're like, I don't know, and I will be like, that wasn't the question. Anyway, I need to see how that works out. But yeah, Delta Force Hawk Ops, not a bad game. It's just, if 2042 makes like 1 or 2, more Iwo Jima style maps now, or puts them in, what was in Season 8, if they finish those up, people would be like, oh, hey, wait. If they put in some more Vault guns and some more Vault vehicles and rebalance some maps, that, you have a bit more variety again. Because again, if they put in the BMP and the Bradley, you have more asymmetry again. We need that. I am very much down for a lot of stuff in that. Very much to just have more Vault stuff. We'll see what the next title is. I think, again, the big thing that held back both titles was just 5 was not supposed to be 5. They scrapped something, and then just frantically. Only that's the irony. I always saw our stuff as competition. This is why they made it an extraction shooter. An extraction shooter in 2042. But oh well. Again, 5 was done in under 12 months. Stupid idea, and they just listened to Reddit people and influencers because they needed some ideas, I guess, and they were like, let's do a people pleaser. 2042 was supposed to be a Battle Royale game that they scrapped for some reason, which is like, sorry, I know, maybe it sucked. Maybe it was right to scrap it and just do something else in 12 months again, you fucking idiots. But also, held back, they need to refocus resources. Great. Again, as long as they actually launch with something that's a coherent vision and they had enough time to develop it, I doubt that it's gonna be bad. But we'll see. Probably soonish. Who knows? Halloween event is gonna be big, so yeah. See you then, I guess. That was Delta Force Arc Ops. Nothing changed a lot. I will probably tune in again when they release the third map for the alpha test. So yeah, when that is, I don't know. I'll see you all on Wednesday for more Monster Hunter Freedom Unite. We're gonna slay some Silver Rathalos and Gold Rathian and break into G rank. That's gonna be fun. That the horse fuck ups. So yeah, have a good night, have a good sleep, and see you all then. Bye!